What I'm about to show you is going to change your playing forever. Let's look at a C7 chord. We have C, E, G, and B flat, right? When we look at the key of C, we can say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. Let's take a look at the fifth interval, C to G. We can flatten that, right? And then if we flatten the interval, we spoke about this before, it's called a tritone. But wait, you got a problem because you keep referring to it as the C tritone or the G flat F sharp tritone. That's not what it is. Think of it like this. Think of it as the distance. It's 3 tones apart, a tritone. And it's exactly right in the middle. Between the C and the C, you have this F sharp. And it works the same way. Between the F sharp, G flat, you have a C. So both of them are the same thing. But here's the kicker. Check this out. Let's look at the key of C for a second and just the first part of the key of C, right? Or from C to G. C, D, E, F, G, right? So we know that C to G is the fifth. Let's go back to F sharp. F sharp or G flat, A flat, B flat, B, and we have D flat, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now this is important. That fifth is important. We're going to change something a little bit here. We're going to use a note that is non-diatonic, meaning it is outside the key of C or outside the key of G flat, F sharp. I'll call it G flat just for simplicity. Going back to the key of C, we take the note, the G here, and we flatten it. So now we have this flat 5, which gives us the tritone. Go back to F sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take the fifth here and we flatten it. So these two are related. If not for anything, they share the same type of interval. But that's not where it stopped. Here's the kicker. This is what gospel musicians love to do. Now I'm going to show you something crazy. We're going to link something together. Let's look at this 7th chord, right? C, E, G, and B flat. This is also known as a dominant 7th chord. We can play it in all kinds of inversions. So we look at this note here. It's outside of the key of C. So let's make an F sharp, G flat 7. I said G flat 7, right? So we know that we have these notes that belong to G flat, but where's this coming from? Well, this is a 7th interval. But if you notice something, this here is related to G flat as a 3rd, 1, 2, 3. And this 7th here is related to C, 1, 2, 3 as a 3rd. So now we're getting some kind of connections. We have this and this together. What interval does this make? Well, if we look at the interval, this is a tritone. So in other words, we have the C7, or we can play a C7. We can also play a G flat 7. That is known as a flat 5 chord substitution. So anywhere we have a C7, we can play a G flat 7. So let's do a simple chord progression. If we were just going to a 2, 5, 1 to F. We go to G minor. Normally we go to C7, and then we go to F major 7. But we can do this. G minor 7, G flat 7, and then we can end right back on the F7. You can do that with anything, all right? Hopefully your mind is blown by this point. Give me a like if it is. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So now, if we have a chord progression, we're doing whatever chords we're playing. Like I said to you before, we can use this chord and then continue on, ad infinitum to go ahead and replace whatever you want to replace. It works with anything. We can say D. So we look at D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 5. So we know that A flat and D are actually representing each other, or we know that A flat and D are related to one another. How? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 5, right? So now we know that D is the flat 5 substitution, D7, for A flat 7, because A flat 7 shares tones. And the tones that they share, the best way to remember this is to say that the 3rd and the 7th are interchangeable. So, in other words, we have 1, 3, 5, and 7, right? The 3rd of D would be F sharp. The 7th of D would be C. But if we were to flip that and do the tritone substitution for A flat, now the 3rd of D, which is F sharp, becomes the new 7th of A flat. And the 3rd of A flat is the previous 7th, or flat 7, minor 7, how you want to look at it, of D major. And this works with anything. So in general, by principle, the chords you can replace in gospel music or any kind of music you play, if you want to play a flat 5 substitution, The best way to find it is one, start with the tritone. You know that C and F sharp or E and A sharp B are related. So these two are related. And so the way they're related is by a flat 5. So if you look at the whole chord here, E, the flat 5 substitution, you can play E 7th, you can play a B flat 7th for it. E flat and A is another tritone. You know that E flat 7 can be replaced for the A 7. B to F. B 7th can be replaced or played in lieu of or replacement for an F7. All those chords work together. This is one of the biggest secrets of gospel music. I hope that video has blessed you. Go check me out on gospelprogressionsuniversity.com. Don't forget to check out the description. If you want to get a deep dive, you can check out my cheat sheet on tritones. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.